Hi and welcome to Scott's Inverts. I'm Scott. These are the inverts. Today is a short update video, as well as me showing you two other animals that we've picked up in the last couple of weeks, as well as maybe a little project in there as well. We're going to have a look at the leaf cutting ants as well, the rugged leaf cutters, give you an update on those guys. But anyway, let's just crack on and get in with today's video. So to start off with, we have a bearded dragon. We picked this up from Chris's on Wheels. Chris actually visited me. He don't live too far away, probably about a 45-minute drive, and he's got these babies. So we swapped him one. If you do want one, contact Chris across Facebook or drop him a message when he goes live on a Friday evening at 8 PM. It's Chris's on Wheels. These little bearded dragons are just absolutely awesome. This is literally when we got him, but just look how beautiful he is. We're going to do a lovely setup for him. I've got like a 3-foot tank, but I kind of seen the size and thought, right, yeah, I need to make a smaller tank. So that's what I'm currently doing. But just absolutely awesome to have one of these guys. We also got off Chris heart bacteria pulchripes. So this is the mature male. He will be going in with my female. I do not favour his chances, to be honest. She is an absolute demon, but we shall try, and fingers crossed we can get an egg sac again, and then hopefully get some slings out to you guys dirt cheap as always. But just look how stunningly beautiful this little fella is. He even has that blue tinge across the legs, absolutely gorgeous, and that gold carapace. Now, I've had so many messages asking for updates on the leaf cutters, so here they are. We got this enclosure second hand from Pets for Homes, I think it was. It was one of the websites. It's got a few little cracks and that in it, but it will do for me for now. It's absolutely perfect. The only difference with that and a new one is the new one comes scratch free with no cracks. But that's where I originally set the cutters up with the fungus, and they've actually moved it across to an area where they obviously feel a bit safer. But look how many little workers, majors we've got going on. The queen is just down the bottom left hand corner, but these guys are just always active, always up to something, moving the rose petals around, moving the bramble leaves when they go in around as well. I was so worried about keeping these, but Ants HQ, where we got them from, literally email after email after email with Caesar and the gang, and they've helped me all the way. Really appreciate that support from those guys. But just look, oh. We got a apple crab at the last show from Impossible Inverts. Well, he's all set up, and Gavin said try feeding him on live food, so I did. And what I wanted to do was show you guys this as well, because I wasn't aware that they would actually eat live food. So that's a little dubia he's got in his little pincers there. Absolutely amazing. This is the sad bit, because he starts pulling off the dubia's legs and munching on them, and then eventually he actually starts munching the dubia from its bum going forward. So if you can kind of, I don't know, if that type of thing doesn't gross you out, you're all good, feed them live food. But I think this is just absolutely amazing. I always thought the crabs were scavengers. They'd eat dead things, fish flakes, you know, bits of calcium, that type of stuff. I didn't ever think that they would actually go for live food. So when Gavin said try him on live food, Impossible Inverts was correct again. Now, this is one of our Amazonias Germani babies. A few of you have been asking about these and wanted a little update. So here they are. They haven't molted, but they are getting a little bit more plump. They're all in those sling pots and looking absolutely awesome. If you want one of these and you're going to Taunton, I'll tell you how to get one towards the end of this video. But they are so fast. I'm very lucky that this one stayed in that pot, because trust me, they don't. Another surprise is a Sarmapeus Emernia egg sac. I've got plans for these slings, so you guys get them for free. Again, hang around to the end of the video to find out how and if that is going to happen. Now, we did a little bit of a rescue. This is not the enclosure this animal came in at all. This was set up rather quickly with some UVB across the top, in the hopes that we can get some food into it and all the rest of it and get it healthier than how it came. So in here is a little crested gecko. I think it was Alice said probably a Dalmatian morph, but there, look, just how beautiful. Again, we've set the UVB up. He's got the heat in there and everything. There's live food gone in. He is a little bit underweight. He has got that. He has lost his tail, but I don't care. I still love him. We actually paid for him as well, but just look, he's going to live his best life now right here at Scott's Inverts. Boom! So that was the short update. What do you think to those leaf cutters? I am absolutely in love with them. So are my kids, so are the family. It's even getting friends into this room and into where all the spiders are, because they are very interested in those leaf cutters, because normally you only see that type of thing if you're a non-invert person. So if you've got no inverts at all, you only normally see that type of thing on documentaries and stuff like that. So be able to get 2 or 3 of my friends around to show them the leaf cutting ants, and then of course their attention went on to other things, more so with the ones that are labelled up. That's where the heads were at. These labels are from Bug Hub. You can find them on Facebook, Etsy as well as, so drop them a message if you want any of those. But this Sunday is the Taunton show. It's going to be absolutely epic. Lee has a few little things up his sleeve for this show this Sunday. I highly recommend that you pop along. I am not working a stand, which for me is absolutely amazing. I kind of agreed just a little bit over a year ago to be working with Bugnut for a few bits. I've also worked Venomous Visions table. I spent a little bit of time on Spar Spiders as well as the Portsmouth tarantulas as well. But Lee over at the Invert Shows UK has asked me to produce their show video. Don't worry, I'm still going to be doing one on this channel as well. But what really excites me is a whole editing process, the filming aspects. I've got them do 2 videos of the same show, completely different from one of each other. So if you remember back when I used to do the shows, I used to go for a walk round, show you everything and all the rest of it. I'm going to do the same thing on this channel, followed by exactly what we picked up over on the Invert Shows UK one. What I'm going to be doing over there is I'm going to be doing a film of the whole show, as well as interviews. So like a couple of minute interviews with one of the sellers, a couple of other interviews with maybe 1 or 2 of you guys that are coming to the show as well. Find out why you want to come to the show, find out what you get out of the show. The trader wise, we're going to find out a little bit more about the guys that are selling you the spiders, the centipedes, the millipedes, the crabs and everything else. And trust me, I know a lot of the traders, and they are just some of the most beautiful people you will actually meet. As you guys know, I've had a couple on the channel quite a few times, mainly Spar Spiders, Portsmouth tarantulas, even Lee from the Spider Shop popped on for a live when we had Richard on here as well. So there you go. So that's what we're going to be doing. I am really excited, but what that means is I get to spend more time on the side of the table that I really enjoy, which is the side of the table that you guys are going to be on. So I'll be walking around and looking at everything with yous. If you do see me, trust me, I've just got like resting mean face. I'm not mean, honestly. Somebody said to me, you look really annoyed at one show, so I didn't come and speak to you. No, that's just my resting annoyed face. What I'm going to call it, resting angry man syndrome face thing. That's what we'll have. But anyway, that's all it is. I'm actually quite a nice person, so just come and say hello. It'd be great to try and get some of you guys on the Invert Shows UK footage as well, kind of the odd interview with yous to find out again why you come along. But this is what really interests me in creating 2 videos completely different from each other. Yeah, it's a little bit extra work, but honestly, editing a YouTube video is not as complicated, it's not as stressful, it's not as hard as what a lot of channels try and make out it is, or I'll have to reword that actually, or how you think it is. It's really, really easy. I am still considering doing a video just to show you guys exactly what I use here, because it's not much. I haven't got the money for fancy cameras, big cameras and things like that, so I just use what I have around me basically. But you'll see more when and if I actually do that video. But anyway guys, thank you so much for joining. I really, really do appreciate your support. If you're not a channel member, you can click that blue join button down below, and what that does is also entitles you to 15% off over at Spar Spiders. Now, that Ammonia egg sac, I've not spoke to Luke over at Spar Spiders yet, but I'm thinking I am thinking about doing something. If those Emernia slings are successful, what I want to try and do is give Luke them all, and then when you do an order at Spar Spiders with, I don't know, code Scott's Inverts, you get one of those for free. That way I can kind of try and thank as many of you guys for watching and taking part and being a subscriber as possible. It's probably the best, it's the only way I can really kind of think of with doing with those and getting them to you guys. Luke's going to be putting out more time and effort into packing them up, so big up to Luke. But that's what I'm considering doing with the Emernia slings. Let me know down in the comments if that's a good idea. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, we are live this Tuesday from 8 PM. We've got another video out this Thursday at 7 PM. And then Sunday, we are down in Taunton for that invert show. I can't wait for Taunton. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. And as always, we shall see you again on the next one.